Welcome to today's HM car reviews. Today I've got a Hyundai I10 and I wanted to show it because it's one of Britain's cheapest cars at less than £10,000. In fact, actually, you can buy it for £9,100 or so pounds. I quite like its styling. I like its aggressive, angry looking face. It's kind of cute. We'll have a look around and see what else it's got. If we go to the side of the vehicle, it actually does come with alloy wheels, which is quite unusual really for a car of this price point. Back in the olden days, they used to come with wheel trims. Interestingly, with the alloy wheels, what we will do is we'll have a look at the boot, because again, like most cars these days are coming with inflation kits. But if we actually have a look in the boot, we've actually got a spare tyre. Okay, it's a space saver, it's not the full thing, but we'll shut that up. With the Hyundai i10 being a city car, it's not going to come with a huge boot. In fact, it's rather tiny. I've seen sandwich boxes that are bigger than this boot, but we'll shut that up anyway and we'll continue having a look around. In fact, the styling is, well, it's quite boxy and small, and it's okay. I mean, I've seen better looking cars. Its sister car, the Picanto, looks far better than this one. But what we'll do is we'll go sit in the back and have a look to see what that's actually like. For such a basic car, you do have electric windows, which is, you know, pretty decent. It's not huge in the back here. There's a cup holder, so that's something, but you wouldn't want to sit in the back of it anyway. Where you want to sit is in the front, and that's where we're going to go right now. So if we do make our way to the front of the vehicle, that's the best part to be. It's not the greatest interior, but for 9,100 or so pounds, it's fairly well equipped at that price point. You've got a little bit of a storage area here. You can put your USB and your auxiliary cord. This here is for attaching your phone. It comes standard with the car. It's a Korean car, so sadly it only works on a Samsung. They don't like Apple over there, apparently. You've got your DAB radio and that kind of stuff. I mean, you can pay extra and get a touchscreen. Maybe I'd advise doing that if it were me buying, but you know, it's okay. If you have a look round to here, when you do drive along, it does have automatic locks, which is fantastic, I suppose. So it keeps you extra safe. And again, you can control the electric mirrors here and the electric windows all here. You can play around with the rears, so you can control them if you really wanted to. If we then take a look at the engine bay, it's not a huge engine. You've got two engines to choose from. You've got a 1 litre engine with 68 horsepower and a 1.25 litre engine with 86 horsepower. That's the one you would rather get, but we'll have a look in here and bring this up anyway. Where is... Weirdly, that's down there and it links up. I have no idea where that actually links up to. You've got to find it somewhere. Strange. You see, I've now managed to get it engaged. So if we have a look at the actual engine, it is the 1.25 litre engine, as it says 1.2 on here. It is tiny. It's got 86 horsepower. It's good for 0 to 60 in just over 12 seconds. Not a sports car, but it's just for going around town, which it does very, very well. Very, very economical. We can get this shut now because there's not really a lot in here to see. Get that shut. That bit's all done. So if we continue looking around, is there anything on the exterior of the vehicle that's particularly noteworthy? No. No, there isn't. But in order to open up the fuel filler cap, if we come round to the actual front door, they keep it in a rather bizarre location. Most cars, you tend to just click it, but instead, if you were to come all the way in and flick this lever up here, that will open up the fuel filler cap. So if we go around and have a look at it, once that is open, it's just twist to stick the nozzle in and you're all good to go. I think we're probably at the time where we could probably drive the thing and see what it's actually like. So we'll go and do that now. So I said the car only costs 9,100 or so pounds, but you do get quite a lot of technology for that. As we can see here, you've got your cruise control, which is really good for that price point. It doesn't have a backup camera, mainly because it hasn't got a screen. And like I did say, you've got your DAB radio, you've got your aircon down here, and your gear stick. You can also change the radios up here and add your telephone to it. It's pretty much what you need in just a runabout town sort of car if you know where you're going. And with that in mind, we will continue with the driving, or at least start it anyway. So we might as well start it up and see what we can actually do, and let's get our belt on, otherwise it will continue beeping at us. So let's get that sorted. If we drive along, turn that aircon down a little bit, we don't really need it, particularly as it's raining outside. It doesn't come with electric or automatic lights, rather. They are, you have to toggle them on and off yourself. But you know, for £9,100, you're expected to do some of the work. Don't let all the car do it for you. I quite like driving it. It's surprisingly fun. It's surprisingly nippy. I know it's only got a 86 horsepower engine. It's good for 12 seconds to 60, but if you bear with me with that, changing gear is just easy. So easy. I mean, it handles okay, it's not amazing, but for around town it's a little bit like a go-kart. Now you have to bear with me with that, if you know what I mean. It is a lot like a go-kart. Now I said it was quite economical too. For a car that doesn't have a turbo engine, it's doing 52.5 miles per gallon, and that's mostly whilst driving around town, which is incredibly good numbers. That's mainly down to how light the car actually is. It helps it's light because it's a small car. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. I mean, all those factors really do play down to fuel economy. That whole turbocharging thing is mainly a myth, so I wouldn't buy into it. Naturally aspirated engines are far superior. If I was in the market for a small, cheap city car, this would definitely be one of my contenders, at least one of the ones I'd choose from. There are, of course, others you can choose from. You got the sister car, the Kia Picanto, which in my opinion looks better than this car. It is slightly faster and it's probably a better car overall. It does come at a slightly more expensive price. You also got the Volkswagen Up, the Skoda Citigo, and the Seat Me. Those three are all pretty much the same, but with the Volkswagen Up they do have a GTI version, so if you want a little bit more performance, go for that one. That would be probably a very awesome car to drive. But nonetheless, the Hyundai I10 is really perfect in its sort of execution and what it sets out to achieve, which is just a small, cheap, runabout city car. It does that superbly. Now, it doesn't handle too badly. Like I said, it's a bit like a go-kart, and I really do mean it. I think if you took it around a go-kart track, this might be quicker than some of the go-karts that they actually have. I'm yet to do that myself. I would love to do that. That'd be absolutely fantastic. It's probably not its main purpose for the car. In fact, it definitely isn't the main purpose of the car. They didn't design it to go around a go-kart track. But it's something I would love to do. We're gonna make that happen. So that concludes my review of the Hyundai i10. I hope you liked that, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I like it a lot, it means a lot to me, and until next time, bye bye.